Hey, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. It is your girl, Miss Honey, here to do a review for Greenleaf. It is Wednesday morning. Greenleaf aired last night, 10 p.m. But you guys know I always bring it the next day because who is up editing at 12 midnight? Like, who's doing that? I don't know. Anyway, I have to go to the dentist this morning, and so I'm working from home for a little bit and then off to the dentist, and then I'll work a little bit more this afternoon. But more importantly, I may not be able to do a video without spittle. You know what I mean? Like spitting. Because, yeah, your girl's got to have some work done. So anyway, so I said, well, let me come on here and do this Greenleaf video really quick. I'm going to go ahead and acknowledge the fact that I'm giving you guys an old nasty piece of Walona Woods tease. Okay. Okay, your girl do not have to be in the office. Okay. So she is coming on here with a nice chapeau. Okay. She got old chapeau on. And she got all her natural hair out, giving y'all Walona Woods. Come through, good times. Okay, let's talk about this episode called Reunited, which, all right. Now, Grace is looking for AJ high and low. She is calling everyone, including Sophia. And Sophia answered the phone irritated, like, I have not seen him, Mom. So you answer the phone with a lie because, anyway, I have not seen him, Mom. I'll let you know, when I see him. Well, I mean, you haven't heard from it. No, I have no idea where he could possibly be. If I hear from him, if I see him, if I talk to him, I'll let you know. Okay, she want to know how Sophia is doing. And Sophia's like, fine. I mean, consider everything is going on and my brother is missing. I'm holding up. I'm like, oh, you are such a strong pillar of strength, Sophia. Anyway, like I said, soon as she hang up the phone with her mama, they pan behind her, and who is sitting behind her? But AJ, looking like an Ethiopian grandmother. Okay, I mean, he's a weird kind of fair-skinned. You know what I mean? He ain't light. He may be paper sack brown like myself, but Ashley Ashley Miller say his lips black like the inside of Tokyo Tony's mouth. I cannot with Ashley Miller. I cannot, girl. That is hilarious to me. But yeah, he's sitting back there looking like a little Ethiopian grandmother, all scooped up and fragile, like he all frail with them dry, twisted little branches going every which way in his hair, and them old them old Newport lips, you know what I'm saying? Them old Benson and Hedges lips, he is just a very odd looking character to me. And that's not to say that elderly Ethiopian women are odd looking characters. It's odd that they're purporting him to be African American male, more importantly, American male, and he just always looks like he's on the cusp of being something else. He just looks all dejected. Now, so let me get this straight. Sophia is at school. I can't remember where she was at school at, but wherever she's at school, she flew in. Her mama didn't want her to take the long drive. How did he get up there? Did she fly him in? Did she send for him? I know you ain't hitched a ride. This ain't the 70s. You wouldn't have made it that far without getting raped and robbed and mollywopped. I mean, you might be sitting there looking like an Ethiopian grandmother, but first you look like a POC, person of color. That alone would have held you up from getting way up there with Sophia. But I'm not going to pick at those scabs. She tell him, listen, you're innocent. I believe you're innocent. Mom believes you're innocent. Just go back home and, confront the situation. Talk about the situation. Get it all out. You know what I'm saying? Let's work this thing through. You're innocent. There's no reason for you to be running, basically. So, he doesn't agree with any of that. Meanwhile, Bishop has called all the kids together. Everybody come together. Y'all remember how when y'all used to sing back in the day for your mama, me and your mama, and Faith used to be alto. We need y'all to sing again. I need y'all to sing again because I want to ask your mama to be my wife again. I want y'all to sing a song. Put something together and do it by this evening and get this done. Now, May at the door, she done heard all of this. All of this. Okay? Now, she tiptoes off and she is happy as a log. She goes back to her room and she puts together a beautiful outfit, pearls, and just trying to make sure she is just picture perfect for when her husband, ex-husband, and ask her to marry him again. Okay, and the children sing at her feet. Y'all know May is in this adoration place where she wants to be heard, she wants to be seen, the whole nine. So Corinne calls and lets her know that Missy is down there. She put a petition before the board. They want to change the name of the Women of Tamar, which is, I don't know if it's called Women of Tamar. It's called whatever this girls fund that Mac was using to pay the late girls off that he was molesting and sexually assaulting, was named after May. I think it is what it was. And she heard that Missy would put in a petition to get the name changed. And she's going to stomp down there and get that fixed. Now, forget whatever Bishop got going on. She's going to go down there and get that fixed. But we're going to talk about it. Meanwhile, like I said, Bishop done brought all the kids together. Now, Grace is the last one to arrive. Not only is she still looking for AJ, which Bishop immediately asks her about where AJ is and how is that going. And has she found him? And she's like, no, still looking. Thanks for asking. But at the same time, what was really holding her up was the fact that Phil Dumas was on the phone with her going on and on about this parking space because they have had such an influx of members that the parking space that they was using as like their auxiliary parking is no longer theirs because that land has been sold. Now, this is the second piece of land around Calvary that has been sold now. So she got to deal with that, but that's neither here nor there. Charity is sitting there, and Jacob has decided he gonna drop little hints about what he knows, which is going right over Charity's head. Now, Charity is on a all-time high. She is, because she feels like with this recording of Gigi saying that she lied to the police on AJ's behalf, this is a shoe-in for her to be AP. So she is upstairs. Marisol got her baby. That's Marisol's baby. Y'all know little Nathan is Marisol's baby. And Marisol is raising this little baby. All right. She in the mirror preaching about ego and pride and dusting her face. And he laughing and playing with Marisol. She think he rooting him on in her sermon, even though she dragging his auntie. Now Charity ain't thought about the fact that if this comes out, Grace could go to jail. AJ could go to jail. You know what I mean? Like, this could be so much bigger than you just getting AP position, but that's neither here nor there. So now she comes downstairs bouncing. She is on a high. She's feeling very satisfied with herself, much like Carissa, but we're gonna talk about Carissa. Okay, this is what happens when you get used to the sin that you're in. Okay, once you get over that initial feeling of guilt, if you can override that and participate, go away, think about it, have emotions, come back, and then re-participate and continue to participate. You succumb, succumb to the thing. It starts to get down in your fibers and your beings, and you may start at first feeling yourself. You're cocky and self-assured, and she bounces down those steps and bounces into the room where Jacob and Bishop is, and he's dropping those hands. She just has no idea what he is talking about. Whatever are you saying, sir? You know what I'm saying? Like she is all of the sudden beyond reproach, because in her mind she already AP. So, Bishop tells him to get it together, and this is what we're gonna do. He goes on. Now, when he goes on and Grace goes on out, then Jacob has a moment with Charity, and he says, I saw you snuggled up, all snuggled up and cuddled up with Phil Dumas. Now, there's only one or three or four things that's going on. Either you I don't know what he said, you've been drunk or drugged, or you think you're some type of Matahari and you're gonna woo him and spy for him and somehow get AP and win the church back for the family, you know what I'm saying, which is a dangerous game you shouldn't be playing, or you really think you in love. She picks a couple of those choices in this whole haze to snowball him. She knows she doesn't really have to have a viable excuse for Jacob. Y'all know Jacob is the what's going on king of the show. What's happening here? Okay, I don't know. Can somebody please explain to me? It's his middle name, right? He accepts what she has to say. It goes on. Okay. All right. So we see where Sophia continues this conversation with AJ, trying to talk to him, and he is being snippy, and he brings up the fact that it's easy for her to say because she all light skinned and everything, and he ain't going back to jail, and if things are different for her than it would be for him, and all the reasons why he cannot go back home, all the reasons why he cannot stay in this thing and fight for his family and do what's right. So he decides he gonna go get some cigarettes and some other things for his trip, for his journey, and he goes to storm out. Now, he ain't eating. She done made him some ramen noodles, and he ain't eating. And y'all know when y'all that age, ramen noodles is like a delicacy to you. Like, it is the most delicious thing you have ever eaten, especially when your front is touching your back. You know what I'm saying? When your stomach is all the way to the back of your spine, you will eat them ramen noodles and you will be grateful. But see, he's snippy, he ain't hungry, he fidgety, he looking real dry and dusty because he going through withdrawal. He ain't had a drink in a while. Huh? He ain't had a drink in a while. The boy is on edge. He on edge. Okay, he about to lose it. He storms out. She decides she gonna put a little money in his bag. She got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars sticking out of her bag like she done robbed a bank. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of them cartoon bags with all the money sticking out of it, to denote a money bag. Anyway, I digress. So she gonna put some money in the envelope and then put it in his bag. And when she go to put it in his bag, she see this bag of pills. Now, I thought these was prison pills, because the boy do act like he needs some medication. You know what I'm saying? You know them prison pills, they push them on you real hard and heavy. Okay, especially if you doing a lot of complaining and whining and stuff like that. They gonna give you pills. These government pills. That's what I thought. I thought they was prison pills. Well, evidently, they purporting them to be the pills that he stole from over at the pharmacy. But when we saw him on the video, he was still in them big white bottles. So now you took them out the big white bottles and individually put them in these other bottles. Like, are these bottles for sale? Like, I thought things was done a little bit differently in the drug game. Like, I just don't understand. Do these pill bottles have people's names on them? Are they just empty pill bottles? So you just stole the big Sam's Club size of the pills and then stole a whole bag of the empty. Like, what? It just, I don't. What are these pill bottles supposed to be, really? Well, she think this is this means it's true that he's a thief, that he stole. Now, he still has not said, yeah, I did this thing, but he don't say, no, I didn't do it either. Because when he comes back and she's sitting there with the pills open and the bag and the money and all of that stuff, and what are you doing in my bag? What were you doing in my stuff? And now he done came back. When she said she didn't want anything when he left out, when he came back, he said, I know you said you didn't want anything, but. So he had brought her something when he came back. These little gestures, like when he asked her, can I bring you anything? After he done kind of lost it on her a little bit, when he came back and he said he brought her something. It's just these little things that brothers do. You know what I mean? That people who care about you do. That's why I don't want to cut AJ off completely, because I can see little glimpses of him wanting to be a part of this family. At the same time, I think AJ is broken in a way that we just have no idea about yet. Well, she takes him to task about it. My mom lied for you. She's going to get in trouble. She wants him to, he thinks she's going to turn him in, but she's not going to turn him in. What she wants him to do is turn himself in and go and confess for the goodness, for the sake of Grace, her mama, his mama, supposedly. Okay, so he don't want to hear it. He going to take all his stuff and leave, just like he did when he was up there in Nashville, or down there in Nashville, wherever. He gonna pick up all this stuff and he gonna go and don't worry about me. You'll never have to worry about me again. And the way he left was kind of like a veiled threat, kind of like, you'll never have to see me again. Next time you see me, I forget what he said, but the way he referenced it made it seem like he was gonna do some self-harm to himself, and he storms out. Let's go on back to Nashville now. Jacob done went down and confronted Phil. And told Phil, I don't know what you got going on with my sister, but she been through a lot, okay? And she does not deserve to be hurt. I don't want her hurt. It's an honorable moment, for Jacob to go and take care of his sister, okay? And Phil don't care. He don't care. He don't have respect for nobody, including Charity, but he really don't have no respect for Jacob. He's standing with Jacob. I don't have any intentions on hurting her. Yeah, keep it that way, sir. You keep squaring up with me if you want to. You keep squaring up with me if you want to. I ain't none of these girls around here. I'll mollywop you cool, smooth. I don't have no problem with that. And you see, I don't have no issue whatsoever with yoking folks up. He walks on by Phil. I wish he had a given him a shoulder nut. You know what I'm saying? Back up. But he goes on now. Charity done left. After she tells Jacob how she deserves love, I deserve love and a straight man. First of all, your ex was more of a man, even though he was a gay man. He was more of a man than Jabari or even this half-wit right here that you all nuzzled up with on church grounds, girl. Get that straight. Get that straight. Okay, while you keep referencing the fact that he was gay, okay, understand that it's some gay men out here that's more of a man, a real man, okay, than these folks around here that's chasing kitty cats. Some of these folks out here that's chasing kitty cats, okay, that don't have nothing to do with nothing. All right. Anyway, I digress. She just teased me off. She teased me off with it. I get it. I understand the ramifications of all of that. Being married to somebody, you're gay and having a child with them, and then they got to get a divorce from you and feeling like they in love and you didn't want them. You'd rather have a man. Like, I get all of that. But I'm just saying, stop with it. Stop with it. Always bringing it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's what makes it a weapon. Everybody wanted to be normal. Everybody wanted to be okay. Everybody wanted to be copacetic. We need to stop trying to talk about it like it's this abhorrent thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He was gay, and he told you, and y'all divorced, and he's moved on. You need to move on too. I'm not editing that out. Anyway, I digress. Okay, so she go over to see Phil, and she tell Phil, no, you got to, don't send that recording over to Bob yet. Don't send it over to Bob yet, because if you send it over, Jacob saw us kissing. If you send it over, he is going to know that it was I that gave it to you. What difference do it make? What difference do it make? this is what Phil tells her. Now, he want her to close the door because he want her to be discreet. Then he tells her he gonna give her a day to think about it. And if she still don't want him to send the recording over to Bob, he won't send it over to Bob. You would do that? Yes, of course. And he just takes another coat of the shellacking and he puts it on her. You know, he rubs it down on her. He just tells her how much he loves her or wants to be with her and cares for her. And this is all for her. And he's thinking of her. And if she doesn't want to do it, he won't do it. And this is all her decision and all of that. I was like, girl, he probably not already sent it. He done already sent it. He already got plans, girl, that are beyond you. So, Grace goes down and sees the pastor or the gentleman that sold that little plot of land that they was using as auxiliary parking. And she says, you know, it don't sell the property. He's like, the property's already sold. Well, we'll buy it. Just tell me who you sold it to, and I will go and talk to them. City on the Hill. He gives her a card. They paid a pretty penny for it. Now, obviously, they paid way, way, way more than they gave Jacob and Carissa for their land, because Carissa had to go and slob the knob in order to get an extra few little pennies to put on the down payment on the house that they wanted. Okay. So she's like, City on the Hill, who is this? She called Aaron, have Aaron look it up. Aaron researches. Now, he's not the kind of lawyer that will get you out of jail or be able to speak up for you when it comes to your son being possibly incarcerated and you telling a lie to the police and creating a bigger mess for yourself. He's not that type of lawyer, but he's the kind of lawyer that handles wills and probates and all of this stuff, and as well as does background research on companies and their offshoot companies and the ultimate owner of said entities. It's hope and hell. Hope and hell. Yeah, hope and hell. Okay, so she goes on down to see Ricardo at Hope and Hell. And when she get down there, she happened to see Carissa. Now, Carissa was at the house earlier, and she was doing some light, billing, paperwork, that type of thing in her robe in the suite over at the compound, at the Greenleaf compound, the estate, the sprawling estate. And Marisol comes in and she's taking pictures. Ka-ching, king. And she got an old Polaroid, child. She got an old 1972 Polaroid, baby. And she's shaking it. Lady Mae wanted me to get photos. She's updating the homeowner's insurance, and she wanted me to get photos of everything in the suite. And Carissa's like, She knows what Lady Mae is doing is cataloging, okay, what is in the suite. And if you take one piece, a stitch of anything, you're going to have to answer to Lady Mae. She knows it. She knows that Lady Mae tagging her stuff, okay? You won't take it out of here. You don't take nothing out of here but what you brought on your back. She's all mad and disgusted. At the same time, she getting text messages from Fernando. That's what his name is. She getting text messages from Fernando. Oh, Fernando. Oh, no, Fernando. You dirty boy. So she goes over to see him. We pick up with them, and she laid across the chair with her arm like an old alley cat. Talking about the Greenleaf compound, the Greenleaf estate, the sprawling Greenleaf estate, how beautiful it is and how perfect it is for them to live there. Well, why have you sold your soul, your family, and your morals down the drain to move away from said compound. At first, she thought if something had happened, but by her marrying Jacob, she would eventually inherit it. Okay, so Fernando said, well, what would happen if Lady Mae died? Well, I don't want her dead. Well, this conversation can be perceived as you having ideas that you want them gone so you can have all that they own. That is the perception. The Bible says, do not let your good be evil spoken of, which means don't represent yourself in a way where someone could possibly misinterpret the good that you try to do for bad. But she ain't trying to do no good, no way. But y'all get my point. Y'all get my point. Why wouldn't he go there in his mind? You are game, sis. You game for whatever. Burn it down. Kill them all. As long as you don't harm my sweets. I already know what I'm going to do with the whole dining area. I mean, you got your mind set on acquiring everything that Mae has. What is that? What is that? Is that coveting? Could that be considered coveting? Oh, I got to go, y'all. It's 10:05. Could that be considered coveting? I think so. I think so. It's crazy. Now they canoodle a little bit more. He's got a room over down at the Peabody. And what makes you think I would go down to the Peabody with you? Oh, I think you will go down to the Peabody with me because you did more than that right here on this sofa. She said, well, why don't you go ahead and let your receptionist go and I can show you what I can do on this disc. Huh? So you up there in your street clothes with your raggedness, pulling your panties to the side for Fernando and knocking at the door with Grace. Now you come on out there and try to act all indignant and cocky and confident. Grace said, what are you doing here? I'm picking up some things and some final paperwork for the property and the land. What business is it of yours, Grace? Storms off. Grace is like, okay, somebody seems a little agitated. Now she tries to talk to Fernando about the property. Fernando don't want to give her no information. He gonna look into it. If he can give us some information, he will give us some information. We'll talk about it later. Oh, okay, so she is just like, you do that. So Charity and Jacob back at the house, and they supposed to be working everything out with everything that's going on, working with the song. Reunited, and it feels so good. Now, Grace had already caught them arguing earlier. They gave her some bull crap song. Now, a story about the song. Now, she come in. She got words for Jacob. Why you ain't tell me that you sold your land to Hope and Hell? I did not sell my land to Hope and Hell. Yes, you did. And your wife know about it because I saw her down there. Well, what was she doing down there? And Charity's just listening to it all. Is this what y'all was arguing about earlier? Yes, it was. This is what it was. Jacob, how could you? And Jacob is like, I have no idea what you talking about, Charity. Don't try to pull me into your lies, your web of lies. Charity is at the very least kissy facing with old boy Phil Dumas down at the church. She locking lips, claims she in love with him. What are you doing with Phil? Well, don't worry about that. I wish y'all just knew him like I knew him. She storms out, but then she gets an earful. She hears about how she know that Hope and Hell buying all the land up around Calvary. Then she go down to see Phil the next day and say, Phil, why you didn't tell me? Why you didn't tell me about Calvary buying up all the Hope and Hope and Hell buying up all Calvary land, the land around Calvary? You didn't know about this? I thought you were supposed to be Phil Dumas. He was like, I thought you was supposed to be Bob Whitmore. He was like, I thought I was too. He thrown off. He puzzled. Hmm. Now all of this is going on. Lady Mae has gone down there to see Missy. She sit down with Missy. She ain't sat down 2 seconds before Missy said, Mae, I don't have anything to do with this. It's not me that's trying to change your name and take your name off of this scholarship fund. It is the girl who is the daughter of the woman who was Jacob's receptionist. I think so. Her daughter is the one that Mac raped repeatedly. Okay, she want the petition. She want to change the name. And May has gone down there to confront her. Now she walking up with her mama, and she got a sweater on and her hair all tattered. And every time she's just so fragile, like, which she should be. She should be. But it's just the way her mama holding her up. It's the symbolism of it is that, that she is this tattered, torn, broken wretch of a thing is what it looks like. Like, they don't ever really show her in this real proud manner, which is weird because her mama is very, very proud, seemingly. And so May tries to talk to her, and the woman's mother don't want her to talk to her, but May convinces her that she just wants her to hear her out, and she said that she was sorry, and I didn't know about what Mac was doing, and the girl was like, how could you have not known? How could you have not known? And it comes out eventually through this back and forth, and May finally says, my daddy did it to me too. Y'all know that got me. Y'all know that got me. Got the young lady too and her mama. They want May to tell this story to the board. Now, I don't know if it's at this moment that they begin to call it the Women of Tamar. If it was called the Women of Tamar before, I don't rightly recollect. But we don't hear what happens at the board meeting. We just know that there is this moment of reconciliation and camaraderie, because they both now realize that they're the same person in terms of the wounding that has happened to them. So when May gets home and she hears them arguing and Bishop being upset with the fact that they haven't practiced the song and all of this, and it's this big kerfluffle and back and forth type situation, she walks in just distraught, dragging her handbag, and she's like, I don't want to know. Not tonight. She goes upstairs and strones herself across her bedroom closet floor, her walk-in closet, her luxurious closet, and she is strewn, darling. Ragtag, just Bishop walks in and sits on the floor next to her. He consoles her. He comforts her. And she says she knows what he was going to ask her, and if I answer you, how would that make you feel? And I would be happier than all the trumpets in heaven before the kings and angels of exaltation and Gilead, and, you know how they do. Pontificate. She goes over and scoots over and nuzzles into him. It's a warm, kind, flaky moment. But your family is going to hell. In a handbasket. Jacob goes upstairs to talk to Carissa. Carissa nuzzled in the bed with Winky. Well, she ain't nuzzled. She laid on top of them covers with them filthy, adulterous clothes on. Just like last week when she went to see Fernando in that red and white dress, and then went to see Jacob and acted like a straight fool with Jacob, and then went back over in that red and white dress and mounted Fernando and rolled him into the sunset, and then gonna come home like she all fresh and clean. You're a filthy, filthy trollop, Carissa. You laid across your marital bed, baby, in them adulterous clothes. Child, you supposed to come home and take every stitch of shame off. Trollop. He decides not to get into it with her then. He goes back to Winky's room where he gonna lay in Winky's bed, and he starts to think about this thing. We don't know what's going on. Sophia has flown or driven or something down from wherever she is. It must not be far. She down there at Grace's office. She wants to tell her something. And Grace is like, what's going on? What are you doing here? I just wanted to see you face to face and tell you this. I've seen AJ. I seen him 2 days ago. He was at my dorm. And he lied, Mom. He lied. And Grace is, and it goes off. What I say, Grace? What I say? What I say about getting these kids of yours together? What did I tell you? What is y'all gonna do? What is y'all gonna do? Now, May and Bishop seem like they trying to get their stuff together for whatever it's worth in the midst of the storm. Y'all got Charity out here like a wild ass on the loose. Carissa need to be put down for sure. This girl is planning some things. She is going to be a part of some things, knowingly or unknowingly, that is going to be the demise of the Greenleafs if y'all don't get that trollop in check. Huh? Somebody need to sound the alarm. Where are the watchers on the wall? That's Greenleaf, you guys. Tell me what you think. Put it down below. And until next time, honeybees. Mwah, mwah, mwah.